The 810th edition of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com using promo code MMA SGPN to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits.
Howdy, ho, degenerates. Welcome to episode 810 of the MMA Gambling Podcast, the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, dedicated to Sin Diabla I Moto Pombi. That's the name on YouTube, who let us know that the Pudzianowski versus Hall fight is not 3 times 5-minute rounds, but 2 times 4-minute rounds with longer breaks between rounds. 60 or 90 seconds. Yes.
They're going to take 90 seconds in between and have 4-minute rounds? And only two of them?
Let me explain to you why, Gumby. That's Gumby Vreeland. I am Blasto Seppo, Jeff Fox. It's because muscles take up a lot of oxygen, and these guys have big muscles, so they need a lot of time.
But that can't be like a MMA fight. Like, that's not a...
Yeah, maybe not. Custom. Maybe we'll go down as custom rules.
And then Eddie Hall will still be 0-0 because he fought a custom rules bout and then fought 2 twins.
Maybe. Come on, Gumby. Just have some fun once in a while, all right? Come on. Does it change your handicap of the fight?
No, he should lose every round all the time, always, against the guy who actually knows how to fight MMA. Yes. But it does lend itself really well to a draw. So I would tell anybody who listened to our last episode on KSW that if you're betting that fight, which first of all, you're a sicko. And then second of all, if you are a sicko, maybe don't bet the 3-way line. Look for ones that are this person wins or this person wins, and you get your money back on a draw. But if they have the line that has, this one, and a draw,
right? Maybe
stay away from that, because your Pudzianowski bet on that one, there's a chance that like the judges just give one to Eddie Hall for no reason other than, almost like exhibition boxing, right? Where they like almost always wind up in draws for dumb reasons. Like that almost feels like it could wind up there. So like I would say stay with 2-way lines instead of 3-way lines on that one.
Assuming Sin Diablo I Moto Pombi is giving us correct information, obviously.
I mean, that would be a weird thing to lie about, would it not?
It would be. But that's a weird name. Actually, I just saw something else. Okay, if it's a draw, they're gonna have a half-hour nap, and then they're gonna have a third round. So does that change anything?
Yeah.
Nap time.
I'm still taking Pudzianowski if they get a nap in there. Yeah, with a nap in there, I like Pudzianowski.
Exactly. All right, we're gonna talk about some real fights. Most of KSW actually is real fights. It's just one freak fight thrown in for some flavor. UFC is on the road, which means we are getting a legitimate fight card. This is definitely not a UFC fight night in the UFC Apex type of card, because you probably heard of, if you're a casual viewer or not a super sicko that bets on KSW, you've heard of most if not all of these people. And another thing that tips it off is I had a lot of trouble picking winners for a lot of these fights.
They're
matched
up. High card.
Yes, they're matched up quite well. So of course we were talking about UFC on ESPN. The big ESPN is going to put them on. Machado Gary versus Praches, aka UFC Fight Night, Kansas City, or UFC Kansas City. Kansas City, Missouri. That Kansas City is hosting it. So we're gonna have open scoring. Does that mean?
No, it means they have the ability to turn on open scoring.
Okay, the UFC will say no.
Yeah, the UFC is obviously going to select no.
This laptop
then that would give people a little taste of what the possibility is, and then there would be no going back.
This new laptop stand, look at that. So
yeah, I see you wobbling a little bit here.
All right, I'll try not to touch it too often, or I'll move it. All right, so this is going down in the T-Mobile Center. There's a T-Mobile Center everywhere. This one, Kansas City, Missouri, Saturday, as per usual. And we got a big episode today. Maybe you can tell by the time you see this, you'll see how long it is, because we have 8 fights to break down, which is normally not what we have to do. Usually, 5, 4 sometimes. So ESPN 2, ESPN Plus. Start time is. Do you remember what the start time is?
I want to say 4:30.
Yes, I was thinking 4. Gumby says 4:30, and we're both wrong. It says 6 on.
That's gonna be a late.
6 on Tapology. Yes,
that's gonna be a late boy.
It is a late boy. So, all right, before we dive into all 8 fights, let me tell you that I'll give you actually it's orders. I'm giving you an order. Tune into the SGPN NFL Draft Show. Live watch party for the entire round 1 of the NFL Draft featuring all your favorite hosts and fans from SGPN. Tune in Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, youtube.com/sportsgamblingpodcast. That's youtube.com/sportsgamblingpodcast. And you will find the boys. You going on that show, Gumby?
I'm not going on that. Sorry, I was muted while I coughed into my microphone.
Are you still sick, Gumby?
I still got a little bit of chest congestion, but the rest of it is mostly gone. The head congestion's gone.
Good.
I'm just a little loopy. I thought about going on for the Cowboys, and then I saw a little thing where Jerry Jones says he's aggressively looking into trading up, and I got so immensely bummed out.
You don't want him to trade up?
No. When Jerry trades up, Jerry does dumb things. Jerry notoriously was about to take Johnny Manziel instead of Zach Martin, who gave us more all-pro appearances than he gave us holding penalties in his career.
Nice.
And could have had Johnny Manziel, star of fan-controlled football, instead.
Luckily, you know that is.
Yeah, it was a football league that has allowed the fans to vote on what play they wanted to happen next via.
Oh, okay, I think I heard of that.
Yeah, it was really, really bad. But his son talked him out of it, and so now that Jerry is back thinking, we don't like when Jerry thinks as Cowboy fans. We like it when he doesn't think.
Sports owners are the worst. Sports owners should just,
with the exception of Mark Cuban. I like Mark Cuban.
Sure, fine. Like Mark Cuban. I'm not a fan, but yeah, just stay out of it. I have Matt Ishbia in my life now, which is not a good thing.
Yeah, that's not good.
As a Phoenix Suns fan,
it's going bad for you.
It is, but don't worry. He's just gonna find more players whose names he recognizes and waste all the salary cap on them. So, all right. Prelims, ESPN 2, ESPN Plus, as I said. But we're about to MMA, 6 p.m. start time, and we're starting with women's bantamweight because they always stick the women's first. 2 of the first 3 fights are women fights. So, women's bantamweight, Chelsea Chandler versus Joselyne Edwards. Let's break her down. We'll tell you about the American Chandler for 6-3, 2 knockouts, 1 submission. She's never been finished in a fight. She's 2-2 in the UFC. Loss over her last 3. She's missed weight 3 times at this weight class, so beware. Fighters that if you're newcomer to the show, fighters that miss weight tend to lose their fight. Statistically, it's pretty high percentage. She used to fight up at 145. She went 4-1 in Invicta. She's been outstruck in the UFC by 0.53 strikes per minute. She famously ran face first into the cage, which was fun as well. Plus 240. Shortly after she spoke with Gumby, I believe that happened. Correct?
I don't know if that was right before I interviewed her or not. I had interviewed her for one of her recent fights right around that time.
There you go. Just saying, Top Turtle. It's real. The curse is real. All right, La Pantera.
Was that the Norma Dumont?
Norma Dumont. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that GIF or GIF, if you prefer, lived large in our Discord for quite a while. Norma Dumont chasing after her. All right, Edwards is La Pantera. 14-6, 5 knockouts, 4 submissions. She's been submitted once. That would make her what, Gumby?
Means she owes us rounds?
No. No. What else do I always say now? My newer thing. She's durable.
Oh, she's durable.
Usually it's he's durable, but in this case, she's durable. Yes. You're not going to put that on a shirt? That I didn't sell you on that one?
Nah, it's not good enough.
We definitely need Heidi Ho DeGenerino, as I was thinking, on a shirt with with the person
like a little you peeking over a fence, maybe.
Yeah, or like the shadow of Gumby we have. We can have a shadow of a certain cartoon character next door neighbor from another show that calls people.
A show you've actually seen.
Yeah, a show I've actually seen almost every episode. Anyhow, boy, we're off the rails already. We have 8 fights to do, and I'm taking us all over the place. All right, back to La Pantera. She's 5-4 in the UFC. 1-2 over her last 3, 4-2 over her last 6. She won her last fight via submission. She missed weight 3 times at 135, exact same as Chandler. So why don't they just fight it? Why don't they? Maybe they will. Maybe they'll make an agreement this week when both of them realize they're not going to make weight. She used to fight down at flyweight somehow, up at featherweight. Multiple regional championships on her.
Mantle.
Correct. Get the shirt, get her merch, get her gear, sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Get sticky. Oh, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. Then get sticky. 2015 Pro MMA debut. 2 inches reach over Chandler, 5 years younger. Better striking stats, more active landing strikes than Chandler. She's got better grappling stats than Chandler as well. Now the lady really grapple. I guess Chandler's a bit of a grappler, yeah. She's a Diaz after all. Plus a positive strike differential, 1.29, minus 290. Finally, Gumby gets to make a pick.
I'm going to go Chelsea Chandler.
Of course you are.
both because I won't ever pay negative 290 on Joselyne Edwards.
That's a very good
I
point.
think there's something wrong with you if you you decide to go minus 290 on Joselyne Edwards, but also because Joselyne Edwards is terrible defensive grappling. Like, I know you said she's got better grappling stats, but like the defensive grappling is truly quite bad. She gave up 6 takedowns to Aileen Perez in her loss to Aileen Perez. And like, look, I know Aileen Perez has got a bunch of wins. I don't think any of us are sold on her as being a title challenger, but like Chelsea Chandler kind of sneakily has some like pretty good grappling offense. Like, I think she, maybe she's not the best wrestler in the world, but like, in terms of jiu-jitsu, she's pretty damn good. And like in this fight, Joselyne Edwards, first of all, I know you said she missed weight at 135. She's fought at 25 too.
Yeah, she did. Yep.
So like I think she's a lot smaller than Chelsea Chandler. And I think also in this fight, like should the fight hit the ground, I think you will see Chelsea Chandler look infinitely better in terms of her jiu-jitsu than La Pantera. And like the other thing I don't like, and the reason I can't get behind negative 290 on Joselyne Edwards is like, sometimes she just doesn't have the output to win a fight. She like stupidly like just throws like little pitter patter and like backs away for too much. And the thing about Chelsea Chandler too is like, even if she doesn't get the takedowns, the thing about her is she is like weirdly overly aggressive. She's like extra confident in her striking, whether she should be or not. And like that just might be enough to steal a decision if she can't get the grappling going. So with all those things being said, and I can get her at better to 2-1, yeah, I'll take Chelsea Chandler.
I've got something wrong with me. Got me. We know, everyone knows that. I'm not betting.
It's the chalks part of your name.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not betting Edwards in real life at this, or IRL, as the kids say, at minus 290. But this is, I've realized after the fact, this is going to be very much a who's the better striker episode of tomorrow's episode too.
Is it though? Is it? She could grapple her. You don't think she could grapple her?
She could grapple, yeah. But I think Edwards is it's going to destroy her on the feet.
If she throws.
That's the key. She throws kicks. She does those push kicks, which don't really do much.
Which will get caught and turned into takedowns.
Honestly, I have no problems if Chelsea Chandler wins because she seems very nice, but I'm picking Edwards regardless. So, all right, featherweights. Timothy Cuamba. It's not Cuamba, is it? It should be Cuamba.
It's Cuamba.
Cuamba versus Roberto Romero. He's Roberto though, isn't he? It's
Mexico.
Yeah, he's Mexico, right? Roberto Romero. Let's break her down with a combo. First, Twilight is the nickname. You must be a fan of the movies, right?
It's Timmy Twilight.
Yeah, that's true. Timmy Twilight is 8-3 with 4 knockouts. He's been submitted 1 time, 0-2 in the UFC. That's part of a 2-fight losing streak. Before that, he won 5 straight. 1-0 in Contender Series. Used to fight at 155. 1-0 in pro boxing. An inch height, an inch reach over Romero. Better grappling stats than Romero based on their very small sample sizes. He's been outstruck over the 3 fights we have stats for him by 1.38 strikes per minute. He's at plus 110. So we got pretty much a pick him. That's another good thing about this week's the matchmaking is good. Plus, there's a few fights with odds that are out of control. They've gotten worse actually since I broke them down in the past day or two. But there's some tight ones too, which is nice. Romero's El Charro Negro. Do you know what that means?
The black.
Yep.
Charro.
the black horseman.
Okay.
It's some mythological type Mexican character. Yeah, I knew he was Mexican, but I don't know why I think I just always want to make everyone Portuguese because then I get to make the name sound funny, like Romero. All right. The Black Horseman is 8-4-1, 3 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's been knocked out 1 time. 0-1 in the UFC. Loss over his last 3, 4-2 over his last 6. Used to fight at 155. More active lane strikes in combat. He's got outstruck in his 1 UFC fight by 3.14 strikes per minute, minus 120. I read a really good article about this fight, Gumby. The author told me I should pick Romero because I'm going to. The main takeaway I got from that is Romero's a better striker. So like I said, better strikers are my picks as per usual, and this week especially. So maybe the author of that article wants to give you more info on it now.
Yeah,
Romero's my pick.
I'll weigh in on that. Yeah, dude, Romero looked so damn good in a 3-day short notice fight against David Onama, who we'll talk about later on in this card because he's fighting Giga Chikadze now. Mm-hmm. That's how highly the UFC thinks of him. And like he dropped him. Like he dropped David Onama and took damn near the best shots that David Onama had. He stuffed 2 or 3 takedowns from David Onama, which is like, I mean, those are insane numbers. And granted, he did badly get outstruck by David Onama. It looked like he gassed a little bit, but he took the fight on 3 days' notice and went 15 minutes with David Onama. Meanwhile, Timothy Cuamba's out here whiffing on takedowns against Lucas Alexander, getting outstruck by Lucas Alexander. I mean, he got outstruck by Balaji Aki. You know, his win on Contender Series against Mateo Vogel, who's like kind of grappler or bust kind of fighter, like kind of shows you the kind of fighter he is. Like, he's the type of guy who's going to beat people who only want to grapple him. But he hasn't run into anybody in the UFC like that, and he certainly doesn't have somebody here like that. I will note that Ricardo Romero has sort of good jiu-jitsu. Like, if you go back and you watch some of his early fights, he's got some rear naked choke finishes and like actually looks pretty good on the ground. So in addition to the takedown defense and like forcing Cuamba to strike, I mean, like, I think he's going to bludgeon him on the feet, but even if he doesn't, I think he could be sneakily good on the ground. So yeah, give me Romero here for sure.
All right, both in on Romero. I was in on him regardless. It just helped that your article said I should be on him.
You like knowing I'm in.
Yeah. All right, before we dive into more picks, Gumby knows what I'm headed to. He's already got it on your screen if you're watching YouTube. Edge Boost. Edge Boost is the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees, no minimums. Earn cashback rewards, 100% approval for all betting deposits. Here's what you need to do. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with our promo code SGPN. So promo code SGPN. And if you deposit $25 in Edge Boost will match the deposit, and make sure to let them know SGPN sent you. So how you do that, as I stumble all over, easy ad copy is you go to edgeboost.bet and you type in promo code SGPN. All right. Easier than me actually saying the words. All right, mybookie.ag is where we're headed to next. We're brought to you by mybookie.ag. Obviously, or would not be telling you anything about them. MyBookie is your place to bet on every sport, including the NBA playoffs and NFL draft. Plus props for every game. For the true degens, the MyBookie money bag. I have to look into that. I'm a true degen. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations. Easy deposits and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Obviously, you're going to want the Al Horford prop bets. And also, the only thing basically that's working for me, these NBA playoffs, take the Thunder. It doesn't matter what the spread is, the Thunder will cover it. It's one of my gambling mantras currently. So head to mybookie.ag with the promo code MMASGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code MMASGPN. The Thunder win by 51, and then the spread's like 11.5 or something the next game. Like, I'll take the over. They'll cover that.
I'll keep taking him every single time they play.
Yeah. It was kind of sweaty. They won only by like 19. So, you know. All right. They're led by a Canadian. That's why, right, Gumby?
That's right. Shot.
And 2 Canadians, actually. They got the Lou Dort as well.
All right. Led by Lou Dort.
Hey, man, like I told you, he's got a Reese's peanut butter product ads up here. I just saw it the other day getting gas again. So yes, he must be a big star. All right, we're going to the only other women's fight on the card, women's strawweight. Jaqueline Amorim, one of our favorites. Jong's favorite too, I believe. Polyana Viana. Was a Colby Covington favorite at one point. She's not a favorite of he's not a favorite of hers anymore. All right, we'll tell you about Viana first. Adama DeFaro. This is one of the fights where the odds have kind of spun out of control since I think I did this breakdown like Monday evening. So like within the past like 2 days, the odds have gone out of control. So anyhow, Adama DeFaro, Iron Lady, is 13-7, 5 knockouts, 8 submissions. That's how math works. She finished everyone. She's been knocked out once, submitted twice. 4-6 in the UFC. She's lost 2 straight and won 1 of 4. Both of her past 2 losses have come via finish. She's been out of action since January 2024. She's not won since November 2022. A regional champion, used to fight at 125. 2013 Pro MMA debut. 2 inches of height over Amorim. She's been outstruck by 0.34 strikes per minute, plus 550. Jackie, you can call Amorim. That's her nickname. Like my nickname is Jeff. 9-1, 2 knockouts, 7 submissions. She has finished everyone, and she's never been finished herself. She still is his rounds anyhow. Damn it. 3-1 in the UFC. Dropped her debut, won 3 straight. Since then, has not lost since that UFC debut back in April 2023. Her only professional MMA loss. She was LFA champ. She's a world champ at BJJ, but it's not black belt. So Gumby did a whole spiel on that a few episodes ago. If you want to hear that,
Bros hating.
Yes, she's a purple belt, or was when she was winning world championships. An inch of reach over Viana, 3 years younger, better striking stats, more active landing strikes. She's outstruck her opponents with 1.33 strikes per minute, minus 715. I think it was like in the 500s a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I think I saw it even in the 400s. I'm still thinking Jackie Amorim. Even the increased price doesn't really get me in on Polyana Viana. The big reason is she just got done getting beat by basically the older version of Jackie Amorim, right? Like she got beat by Jillian Robertson, who, you know, is Jackie Amorim, only a little bit older and a little bit less well-rounded, if I'm being fair, right? Like even Amorim's got like the reach and the striking a little bit better than Jillian. And like Jillian took her down. She knew what she was going to do. She beat her up on the mat. And, you know, I have to imagine Amorim does the same thing. And it's not like we've seen Viana be impervious to submissions, right? Like she's been subbed before. So like to see her get subbed before and knowing she's going to be in there with Amorim, who is going to struggle less for takedowns than she has in previous fights, I have to imagine she just walks out of this one unscathed. So give me Jackie Amorim. Give me Jackie Amorim early in this fight as well.
Oh, there you go. Maybe a prop play. Yeah, she's the obvious play here. This is a very bad matchup for Polyana Viana. She just got ground and pounded by Jillian Robertson.
Yeah, her KO loss is Jillian Robertson, which says something.
Yeah, she got submitted by Yasmin Lucindo. She got beat by Tabitha Ricci, another kind of similar.
She gave up 100 takedowns.
To exactly. Too. Yeah. She got submitted by Veronica Machado, aka Veronica Hardy now. Yeah, so she gets beat by fighters like this, and this actually Amorim's probably on a higher level than most of them. At least grappling wise, she definitely is. So. Amorim is the pick. All right, we're going to men's bantamweight now. Malcolm Wellmaker versus Cameron Saaiman. Oh dear, here we go. Bully. I'm having flashbacks again.
I'm gonna bully you. I'm gonna bully you.
All right, so we know who Gumby's going to take, and I think I'm contractually obligated to take the person that I tend to take. Saaiman is 9-2, 6 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been knocked out 1 time. 3-2 in the UFC, 0-2 over his last 2. He got TKO'd in his last fight. That was back in March of 2024. 1-0 Contender Series, regional champ, 6 years younger than Wellmaker, better grappling than stats than Wellmaker. He's been he has outstruck his opponents in the UFC by 1.14 strikes per minute, plus 105. Wellmaker, the machine, 8-0, 4 knockouts, 2 submissions. This is his UFC debut. He won in the Contender Series. He's won 2 straight via TKO. He's a regional champ. He's got 2 inches height, 4 inches reach over Saaiman. Better striking stats, more active landing strikes based off the small sample size. He outstruck his Contender Series opponent by 0.4 strikes per minute, minus 118. Now, I'm not going to be bullied into Saaiman. I'm taking Wellmaker. Saaiman just got TKO'd, and he's fighting a guy who's knocking everyone out right now. So Wellmaker is the pick, and we're getting a good line.
And Wellmaker does a similar thing to the person who knocked him out, right? Like he got knocked out by Peyton Talbot, and he is exceptionally good from range, right? Like that's the thing I like about Wellmaker. It's like this dude, despite fighting not being his full-time job because he's a pipe fitter, remember?
Right. He lays pipes. That should be his nickname, the pipe layer.
You can pitch that to him if you want. But like on top of that, like his range control is just insane. Like the way he forces people to fight at his range, his footwork, the quickness in his hands. And like, you know, I've said it before many times, particularly while I was bullying you. Cameron Saaiman hasn't beaten anybody. He's still not beaten anybody. You know, he beat Josh Wang Kim on Contender Series, who I'm not sold on. He beat Terrence Mitchell in the UFC, who was like one of those people who got brought in to get beat by 2 prospects and then they released him. He lost to Steven, what was it? The Last Jedi Pillow or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember that nickname?
That's the weirdest nickname ever. I forgot about that guy.
And that guy never came back. I think he only fought that one time. The something Jedi Pillow.
Yes, Jedi Pillow, that's right.
Yeah, it was weird as hell. And like that's the only other guy. Like he's out there not beating good people and certainly not striking with good people. His best path to victory here is to kick Wellmaker in the balls enough times that he slows down and hope he wins that way. Because otherwise he ain't beating Wellmaker on the feet. So give me Malcolm Wellmaker for sure here.
Once Michael Chandler retires, then we can start calling Saaiman the dirtiest player in the game.
I think he's worse than Chandler.
Every fight, he actually gets caught sometimes. That's the difference between him and Chandler, I guess. Chandler doesn't really get called out for it, it seems, ever. But yeah,
but as long as he's getting ground and pounded by Patty the Batty, I don't really care whether or not he gets called out.
Yeah, I remember Saaiman. It's every fight, multiple times.
Every fight, multiple eye pokes, multiple ball kicks. Like that's his thing.
That's his thing. So Wellmaker may not be that well after that. He may not be being able to do his full-time job, Gumby, laying pipe after fighting Cameron Saaiman, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we'll stick with bantamweights, shall we? Damon Blackshear versus Alatengheili. I realized I didn't have my name down on either of these fighters. I wonder who I'm going to pick. The Mongolian Knight is Alateng, 17-9-2, 5 knockouts, 3 submissions. He's been knocked out 3 times, submitted once. At least he's durable. 5-2-1 in the UFC, 3-1 over his last 4. He did win his last fight. He's fight down at 125, up at 145. 1-0-1 championship. Still, while I guess they're still alive. The biggest organization in the world. It seems like they're transitioning away from MMA, but who knows? 2013 Pro MMA debut. He's been outstruck in the UFC by 2.03 strikes per minute, which surprisingly he's still 5-2-1 because that's a lot of fights, a lot of punches and kicks to be eating. Better grappling stats than Blackshear, plus 360. The Monster is 16-7-1, 2 knockouts, 11 submissions. He's been knocked out once. He is definitely durable. 4-3-1 in the UFC. However, he's won 2 straight. Before that, he lost 2 straight. Before that, he won 2 straight. So I guess he's going to lose the next 2. He's won his last 2 via submission. 1-0 in Bellator. Multiple regional championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get our gear, get our merch, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. Get sticky with it. Use Fed at 145. 5 inches height, 6 inches reach over. Alateng, 3 years younger. Better striking stats, more active landing strikes. He's been outstruck, but not quite as bad as Alateng. He's been outstruck by 0.24 strikes per minute in the UFC. He's at minus 485. This is another one where the odds have gotten a little high.
That doesn't matter. I'm still thinking Damon Blackshear. Yep. I think he's exceptionally better in terms of grappling than Haile Alateng here. And like all you need to do is go back to Alateng's loss to Gustavo Lopez and watch all 3 of the takedowns he gave up. Because like the stats are kind of deceptive here, right? Because he's got a 75% takedown defense average, but it's like against like Kevin Kroom, whose like only good performance was stealing Tim Elliott's wife. And outside of that,
oh my gosh, now Gumby's getting stiff too.
Outside of that, he wasn't very good. And so, you know, like Haile Alateng's got like good takedown defense numbers, but it's not from fighting good fighters. And Damon Blackshear has shown time and time again his takedowns are exceptional. So like I think he's gonna get on those takedowns early. As long as he doesn't choose to stand and trade with Alateng, like I think he should be fine. And he should be able to find a submission. Like he should be able to find a submission early too. It is not currently listed as one of the props I have on tomorrow's episode. So I'll just share this with you right here. Because maybe it's gonna sway you and give you something to play.
Because I have one, but it's kind of too chalky for my liking.
You want Zhang Ming Yang by KO?
Don't give it away.
Come on, I know you really well. Damon Blackshear by sub is plus 150. Okay. And like it's not my official play of the week here in terms of props, but like I feel like the people deserve to know that this is like a very playable line. So Damon Blackshear getting in on that sub.
Yeah, Blackshear's my pick as well. Obviously, I like him. I'm glad he's
you're a big
winning
Blackshear
fights.
Guy too.
Yeah, I don't really know why. Maybe it's the monster nickname, but no, he's a fun grappler. He's not one of those boring grapplers. He's a fun guy that goes for finishes, which is good though. So Blackshear is my pick obviously as well. All right, let's get you some more fights. We've already broke this one down. It was a while ago.
We can make it quick.
Back in March. Featherweights, Chris Gutierrez versus John Castañeda. We were on opposite sides. The actual odds were on opposite sides as well. Sadly, my guy's the favorite now. So I guess people agree with me. The sexy Mexi is Castañeda, 21-7, 8 knockouts, 6 submissions. He's been knocked out twice, 4-3 in the UFC. I have him taking this fight on short notice, but no, that was the last time he fought. Would have been a short notice. These guys have been on the shelf for a while now. He's won 2 of 3 and 4 of 6. He did lose his last fight. He's fought down in upper weight class, so 135, 155. He missed weight twice at 135, so I think he's in a good spot now. 1-0 on Contender Series, 2012 Pro MMA debut, 4 inches reach over Gutierrez. Better grappling stats than Gutierrez. He's been outstruck by 0.55 strikes per minute, plus 120. Gutierrez, El Guapo, the handsome, stole my nickname, is 21-6-2 with 9 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been submitted once. That means he's very durable. 9-3-1 in the UFC. I'm overdoing it now. I'm got to stop. Lost win over his last 4, 6-2 over his last 8. Used to fight at 135 and 151. Obviously 151. 101 in World Series of Fighting. Multiple region championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get our merch at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. Get sticky. 1-0 in Bellator 2013 Pro MMA debut. 3 inches height over Castañeda. Better striking stats. He's outstruck his opponents by 2.08 strikes per minute, minus 135. I probably broke it down last time saying striking good. Striking better than grappling, so I took the striker, and that's what I'm doing here. Gutierrez is going to piece him up on the feet, hopefully, and so I will take him. But sadly, he's the favorite now, not the dog.
Yeah, and I'm going to take Castañeda. I like him here even more now that he's a dog. But like my biggest piece, look, I think he can hit takedowns at least enough to keep Gutierrez at bay. You know, Gutierrez loves a leg kick. And if Castañeda can turn a couple of those into takedowns, I think he's going to be in business. I also really just like the mental place that Castañeda is in now. Like he's seeing a mental coach for the first time in his career, which like I think if you go back and you look at some of his fights, like his biggest issue is just not being able to pull the trigger. Because when he lets go with his hands, first of all, he hits really hard, and second of all, it sets up his takedowns. So like I think as long as he's in a good place mentally and is able to let go with his strikes, I think it's going to make his grappling even better. So I like Castañeda for his power, for his takedowns, and hopefully for being in a little bit better place than he's been in the past.
All right, we're going to go to battle finally, Gumby. We've been waiting since March.
No. For this one. I was like, we picked different things earlier.
Yeah, no, we're going to battle for this one. This one we've been waiting for anxiously, right? All right, you probably been waiting for my last ad read too, people. So here it is for you. Actually, this is an important one because it's time for Gumby's Underdog Pick'em bonus play for you for the episode. Underdog Pick'em, you can play any sport and win up to 100 times your money. Here's your winning play from the Gumby man.
I'm going to take the higher than on Chet Holmgren's points and rebounds combo. He has, you mentioned how good the Thunder have looked, but he has looked exceptionally good in this series. He's gone for 20 points and 19 points in his 2 games and 11 rebounds and 10 rebounds. So he's going to probably crack 30 points and rebounds over the course of this game. He's pretty much been listed at like 27 and a half, 28 and a half. So we'll take the higher than on his points and rebounds projection.
Where'd you go to school, Gumby? Remind the
Gonzaga.
Sign our code MMA SGPN to claim your special pick and first time deposit. Offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. So it's underdogfantasy.com. Promo code MMA SGPN. And Rhythm, RITHMM, is your home for AI back picks and props. Rhythm is now live for Major League Baseball. Plus, they got models for NBA and golf. Picks so good it feels like cheating. Building your model is simple and easy. They have Al Horford models. They definitely have Chet Holmgren models on there. And they also have some amazing deals going on right now. 25% off a monthly subscription if you use the promo code SGPN25 and 50% off an annual subscription with promo code SGPN50. So that's RITHMM, promo code SGPN25 or SGPN50. All right. The co-main event of the prelims is a lightweight bout. Evan Elder versus Gage Young. That's a great, they're actually both good American names. Gage Young is G Money, G-E-E Money. 9-2, 6 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been submitted once. This is a short notice debut in the UFC, so the alarms should be going off. 4-1 over his last 5, including his last bout, which was a TKO win. 0-1 in Contender Series. Who did you lose to, Gumby?
Killian Saul killed.
There you go.
If I'm not mistaken. Sure. Yeah.
Yep. It aged pretty good. Used to fight at 145 and 165. 1-0 in pro kickboxing. Is he the someone that I broke down recently fought Tater
McSpadden. I bet you fought Tater McSpadden.
Yeah,
he's a Midwestern guy. Yeah.
Tater McSpadden. Where have you gone? He looks
Shout out Tater McSpadden.
Looks like he's only doing Muay Thai now and kickboxing. So yeah, hopefully he comes back to MMA. Yeah, Tater. Yeah. Sadly.
Great moment.
Yeah,
yes.
Had fun. He was in was it Fury? He was in
FAC.
We were talking about him?
FAC.
Yeah. Fact.
Which is where Gage Young comes. That's where Gage Young comes from.
Oh, Gage Young's a Facker too.
Yeah.
Interesting. Good.
Sure.
He's 3 years younger than Elder. That makes sense, right?
Yeah. Sure.
No, you don't like that joke? He's younger than the Elder, correct? Correct.
That's great.
Oh my God. When I scrub through our videos, I see you're smiling and laughing the whole time. I just don't see it because I have my I have my spreadsheet in front of me. So you really like my jokes secretly. I found out. Young's been outstruck in his one fight by 1.13 strikes per minute, plus 170. The Phenom, Evan Elder, 9-2, 4 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's been knocked out once. 2-2 in the UFC. He's won 2 straight. Before that, he lost 2 straight. Submission win in his last bout. He's not lost since February 2023. He's fed at 170, an inch height, 2 inches reach over Young, better striking stats, more active landing strikes, and better grappling stats than Young, but Young really hasn't had many fights. One fight we have stats for him. Elder has outstruck his opponents by 0.23 strikes per minute, minus 198. And it's you, Gumby.
I'm going to go Evan Elder. I think, he's 2-2 in his UFC career, really 3-1 though. It sucks that he got that loss to Nazim Sadikov because he was winning that fight handedly before a cut ended it. And granted, like, you obviously have to give Sadikov the credit for the cut, but like, the total performance belonged to Evan Elder. And like, Gage Young's loss on Contender Series is a perfect example of his biggest flaws. Like, he is a guy who, if he cannot consistently get his wrestling going, is probably going to lose most of the fights. I just don't think he has it on the feet to beat people at that are UFC caliber and high-level strikers. And like I said, Evan Elder was piecing up Nazim Sadikov on the feet. And his since looked good on the feet too. I don't want to keep just drawing back to that Sadikov fight, but he has looked good pretty much in all of his fights. He looked good on the feet against Sadikov. And Gage Young, not only did he get not get his takedowns going against Salkeld, but he got taken down 9 or 10 times, if I'm not mistaken. And Elder, I don't think is as good as Salkeld, but I think his takedown defense is enough to force this guy to strike with him and lose badly. So I'll take Evan Elder in this one.
Same with me. Better striker, and there you go. I told you to be better strikers, and he's finding a short notice debut. A guy in short notice debut who didn't even win on the Contender Series, even though he fought someone.
Salkeld is a freaking beast, though.
Yeah, Elder is the pick here. You got to respect the Elders. All right, you like that joke or no? We're just gonna go past it, right? Sure, it's fine. Main event time, flyweights. The fans like it. I guarantee the fans like my jokes. Matt Schnell versus Jimmy Flick. We like our flyweights. Both these guys, yes, they're both still in the UFC. Seems like we haven't seen them forever, but they're both around still. Jimmy the Brick Flick. 17-8 with 15 submissions. He's been knocked out 6 times. There's that victory right there. At flyweight too. That takes some talent. 2-3 in the UFC. 1-3 over his last 4, including a loss in his last bout. 1-0 in Contender Series. LFA champion, as well as being a regional champ. 1-0 in Bellator. 2010 Pro MMA debut. He has been outstruck in the UFC and the Contender Series by 3.49 strikes per minute. That will get you knocked out. Plus 215. Danger match now, 16-9 with 1 no contest, 2 knockouts, 9 submissions. He's been knocked out 5 times, submitted 3 times, 6-7 with 1 no contest in the UFC. He's lost 3 straight and won 1 of 5. This could be a loser leaves town match here. All of those have come via finish. The wins, the losses. Has not won since July 2022. Used to fight up at 135, 1-1 in the Ultimate Fighter House. 2012 Pro MMA debut, an inch height, 2 inches reach over Flick, better striking stats, twice more active landing strikes. He's been outstruck, but not quite as bad as Flick has in the UFC by 0.25 strikes per minute, minus 218. Danger, Schnell is the pick, way better on the feet, and he's not even a striker. He's more of a grappler, but yeah.
I don't know. He's leaned into his striking lately. Yeah. I think he's forgotten that he's a grappler, and I think that would do him good here.
And he's way weirder too. He's a hard guy to fight. So
he's weirder than Jimmy Flick.
Yeah, Jimmy Flick is weird as well. It's true. Yeah. I'm thinking how he's a weird guy to fight, but yeah, you're right. The Brick is weird too.
Jimmy's a weird dude. I would just say so. Here's my only caveat in this fight. So I'm going to take Matt Schnell too. Matt Schnell has been obsessed with his own striking to the point of maybe a detriment. Right, like I said in that fight with who is it that he fought? Sumu Derji. When he fought Sumu Derji, I was like, as long as he shoots takedowns, he's fine. He went in there and struck and got absolutely pieced up in a freaking brutal way, only to find victory in the jaws of defeat. And in that fight, if he had just shot the takedowns early, he'd have been fine. Now, my problem here is that that's really dumb game planning. But I think it's good enough because he's obsessed with his striking, right? And I don't think he should try to grapple Jimmy Flick at any point in time. He's an infinitely better striker, and he seems to be obsessed with it. But if he shot a takedown, I'd pick Jimmy Flick by sub. I think he's dumb enough to walk his way into a Jimmy Flick submission if he shot a takedown. But I'm hoping he's still obsessed with his striking enough to not do the thing he's probably the best at, if I'm being fair. He's probably best at grappling, but the difference between his striking and Jimmy's striking is just so stark. that I want Matt Schnell on the feet. So as long as Matt Schnell remembers that Jimmy Flick can grapple a little bit, he should be fine here.
Did Matt Schnell steal someone's wife or something? Why is he catching strays?
No, that's Kevin Crew.
I know. Just want to make sure. Yeah, Schnell is both a pick. Let's recap. Long fight card here. We both have Schnell. We both have Elder. We're going to battle over Gutierrez and Castañeda. I have Gutierrez against Castañeda. Both have Blackshear. Both have Wellmaker. Both have Amorim. Both have Romero. He has Chandler, and I have Edwards. So we got the same number of. No, I have more favorites because I'm Chalks. Jeff Chalks. All right.
You have only favorites.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. They all. No, I think one of them technically is a dog. Which one?
I don't think
maybe not today. Maybe it's
tomorrow.
Yeah. The odds have really not gone in my favor since I made my picks like a day or two ago. They've either flipped or they've gone even further away from me. But that's fine. That means I'm on the public side, and the public's always right. If you want more talk from Gumby and Chalks, we are in the Discord, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. Where else can you catch us? You catch us on YouTube, MMA Gambling Podcast. Make sure you subscribe and then comment away. You can find us on the old Twitter X, SGPN MMA. Gumby runs that for us. He's at Gumby Reland. I'm at Jeff Fox Writer there and on Instagram. Check out my Substack. You can enter my free UFC Pick'em contest at moneymma.substack.com. Gumby has another podcast, which I told you is cursed. Only if you're a guest on it. You can listen to it and not be cursed. It's Top Turtle MMA. Who's on it this week, Gumby?
Talking to Evan Elder, who we just broke down a second ago, and also Jean-Paul Lesboy Noyani, who is coming off of his big main event win at LFA.
There you go. He won. There you go. So check all that out. And of course, sportsgamblingpodcast.com, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. Get your merch, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon to get some bonus content. All right, back tomorrow with the rest of the fight card. Obviously, it'll be El Guapo, Jeff Fox, Dama De Ferro, Gumby Reland. We'll talk to you then.